Hi viewers, Salesforce Journey. Hey, I'm Deepak from Pro Coding Skills, and today I decided to go on live instead of just uploading a YouTube videos after recording. So I thought to do some practice on flows, which I haven't done before. So I thought I can practice on my own in the live sessions. If you are really interested, you can put your chatter message if you want to suggest something or if you want to know something. Is always a great that we can post my chatter, we can discuss through a chatters. If possible, I'll try to explain if I can, right? So let's see this. What I'm trying to do is that, as you know, that like Salesforce Flows has been evolved so much, and which is more or like it's a replacement for our triggers and everything, right? People are saying. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create an orchestra. In orchestra, I can see there are two different flows. One is auto-launched orchestra, no triggers. It's basically a URL-based or a Apex-based execution in the way that Apex. And there is other thing called record-triggered orchestra. So what I'm trying to do now, at a basic, I'm trying to build a auto launch orchestra with a no trigger concept, and I'll see like how this will work, right? So fine, let me create it quickly. And what it is saying, there are multiple things. Let me duplicate this tab. I'll keep one. So I'll create first resource. Imagine that I'll try to get my account record. All right, let's say variable, and I'll say that account record ID, and let's say this is an input for the auto launch flow from Apex or custom button. So let's say all my descriptions are my optional, like you don't need, but I'll always prefer to pass some detailed description so that in future we can able to understand like what meant. So here I need to update as account. Why this is a record? Let me keep as a text, and the default value I don't give, but I'll ensure that this is available for input. So what my expectation, I'll pass my account record ID before calling this flow. Done. We have two things, stage and decision. Let me see what is there inside stage, and I'll name this stage as, I'll leave it as the same naming conventions. Stage 1. Stage 1 is, otherwise I'll say that is contact created. I'll leave this as my is contact created. Expect to create a contact as soon as account created. Okay, I'll update. Or am I making more complex? Let me delete it. I'll make it as a simple stage. Rating to hot. This is my stage. Imagine that I'll update my account rating to hot. Update account rating to hot. When all conditions have been marked complete, the stage is marked completed. This is something. Let me add a step. We'll see. Background step or interactive steps. Okay. selected flow that run when the step starts. Okay, we need to create a auto launch flow so that it will create. So what I'll do, I'll just say that interactive step. I hope like we had existing flow for this. Like let's imagine this case. Create a case and I'll say here create a case condition when the stage starts, the step starts. Okay. When another step is marked, when a specified evaluation flow returns true, then the step starts. Okay, this is something interesting. We have three different conditions the Salesforce is providing. One is when stage starts, then step starts. As soon as the stage starts, the step will start. Otherwise, when the stage is marked, when the other step is marked complete, then okay. Imagine if it is not a first step, if I had another step, I can able to select this step, I think. Let's say, I'm just saying that interactive step, another step, create a case. Okay, here it is. So now because this is the first step, we're not able to select one thing here. We cannot select this option because I don't have an earlier stage name. And I cannot select this because I never created any flow. In flow builder, if we can go all templates and evaluation flow, there is a flow called evaluation flow. Launches when the invoked by an orchestration to evaluate the custom criteria for a stage or a step to indicate the criteria to be met. So what it is expecting here, when I select this, when another step is marked completed, then start, or I can say when the specified evaluation flow returns true, then I'll continue. So here I need to write a evaluation flow. We haven't done. So basically I'll go when the stage starts, the step starts. And as you know, right, Salesforce by default will provide some of the screen flows, which is like creative, because this is interaction one. So we can select a create case, for example. And for case creation, you don't want to set up anything. Yes, that's how. There is no input arguments for the case creation flow, which is a standard, provided by Salesforce for us. And here where I will get my account ID, this is my account ID. Specify the record page. Which record page? Yes, I have my record ID. And do I need to assign to a user or to a queue? Let what I'll do here, instead of assigning to a group, I'll go back. What I'll do, I'll try doing something here. I'll create a queue. And I'll see the behavior because I don't have multiple users in my developer edition, so I'll try to manipulate with queues. Okay, let me create a queue. New queue, or I can also do a group, I think. Let me see, is there a group available? Yes, group is available. Group is the best option, I think. Let's go by group. Because as you know, queue is not available for all the record pages, so I'll prefer to have a groups, which is like global always. I'll say that case creation group. So I'll name as a case creation group. I have this issue when I'm using my Chromebook in my Mac. When I'm using my Chrome in my Mac, I'm always getting this error, say, like, as soon as I click drop down, it is always put me back. So I'm forced to do all this stuff, Nakara. Delete. Oh, sorry. Delete. And I'll also talk at bottom. I got, like, I'm just manipulating from this one. So I don't know why this is so much of hard to behave. So I'm doing that. So this could not be a reason. If you are practicing, I don't think that you will face this issue. But in my computer, I'm facing this issue. I'm not able to select any drop down. As soon as I click, it's just going back. If anyone knows why this is happening, please put a comment. That's really helpful for me. So sometimes what happening, due to these reasons, I need to reach out some of the developers or some of the team members if something I needed. Otherwise, I need to log into a different browser and I need to work on. Anyway, for now we got a case created, group created. So here I will select group. See, here we have Salesforce is very nice, right? So I have a reference also. So if I use a reference, I can I use a variable to assign a group ID. So because we are not doing that much of thing, I'm not planning to do that much in this case. So what I'll do, I'll just take a group, a simple group, and why this is not showing a group? Case creation. Okay, I need to type. When the assigned user has completed the screen flow, then the step is marked completed. What happens if we completed? When the specified evaluation flow returns true, then the mark. Okay, as soon as it's done, what if another flow? If you are invoking another flow, then this step will be marked. And in this case, we do not have a flows. So what I'm doing, I'm just saying that when assigned user has completed the screen flow, then the step is marked as completed. Okay, so this is done. So what exactly are doing? As soon as we create an account, as soon as we call this flow from this, then it should assign to a queue to a particular user. Let's save this. I'm saying that flow example are on account. I'll just copy this. Save. There is issue, do not prevent but causes error. Rating hot because the automation process user has no valid email address. This orchestra can't send email for. Okay, that's fine. This is activated. So technically, how we're gonna call this group? So what I'll do, I'll go to developer console. I'll go to developer console. AD debug, open execute anonymous window. I need to find something here. Let's say this is my flow and I have to go here. What is my API name for this? Account ID. Okay. So this is how we'll call flows from a Apex class. So let me define map of string comma object. Object can be anything. Params, or you can also say flow inputs, whatever you wanted to say, equal to new map of string comma object. Now flow inputs dot put. So you need to pass your variable name which we have defined in our flow input variable. This is an input, as you know, this is an input for the auto launch. And here I need to pass my account ID. I'll take a simple example of account ID. For example, if I take a simple accounts, I'll take an existing account itself. I suppose like any scratcher will get a records. I think so. Let's see. Do I have any records here? No, I don't have. That's fine then. I'll say that pro coding skills. So I got my account ID here and I'm in the detailed page. Let me go here and I'll pass my attribute. And how can I call this flow? To call flow, there is a class called flow interview. We have a class called flow.interview dot your flow name. What is your flow name? Process equal to new flow dot interview dot flow example on account. So once you initialize your object, and the constructor will always take a parameters. If you have a parameters, you have to pass a parameters as a this one. As soon as one done, we have a method called process the instance dot, you have a method called start. You have a method called start. That's it. As soon as we execute, it will run. I'll just execute. Looks like this got executed. Let me go here. I should be received an email by now, but if I don't receive, that's also fine. Do you want me to show how the emails look like? Let's say I'll just go to my Gmail and see if I have an email already. Because we are assigning states to a group, you can see here. For improved circuit, okay, this is different. We have a case creation. That's the flow we have. That's the step we have, right? If you can see here, what is the step that we have? Case. Create a case. And okay. Case creation. The group name is case creation. You can see here, hello case creation to the group. You have been assigned the following item. Create a case. This is my step. To access this record, click. This is an automated email provided by Salesforce. That's a good one. But if I take this record ID from here, for example, let me copy this record link, copy link address, and I'll go here and I'll paste. I should be seeing an action item to create a case, but let me check, do we get this option or not? Very, very interesting feature, but it's not that easy, the flows. And again, I don't say that it's too complex. It's just like, first, the basic feature that I'm thinking, right? If I need to work on any flow or a business case, I'll plot a diagram first. I'll plot my block diagram first with a step-based functionality, not with the criteria, the implementation model of a flow with a particular block where I need to create a which flow and how this will be in a chain of reactions and chain of actions. Once I get that plotted, I'll stick to my notepad, just in front of my desktop, and I'll start implementing things, so that I don't want to deviate again and again. I don't want to load pages and again. That's more confusing things. So I prefer to have some handwrite first and then implement. That give a very broad picture, like what we are trying to achieve. At least, even in this case, I started creating on a first round, and then I realized that I need to have different flows to evaluate a criteria and everything, which I cannot do right away. So in next time, right, what I'll do, I'll just plot simple things on my paper, and then I'll implement exactly what I wanted to do in a system. I'm not seeing, okay, why we are not able to see those details, just because there is a work guide which we need to add to record detail page and a lightning experience. So there is a standard component called work guide. Let me see, like, do we have any work guide available? Work guide, orchestra work guide, here you can see. It's loading. For a moment, okay. Got, and then I'll drag and drop this orchestra work ID here, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, I had it. Let me save. Activate. Assign to org defaults. I'll say that desktop in this case. Anyway, I'm not checking all these features in mobile right now. So I'll go here and I'll go back to my account detail page and see like what happens. But the documentation is quite interesting about orchestra flows. So I recommend to go. Here you can see work guide, flow example, hello, and it is asking customer. I mean, this is a screen flow that it got created. So now what I'll do, I'll go to the public group, I remove myself. I'll remove myself. I'll remove this as a user, save, and I'll go and refresh. Still I can able to see work guide or not. So the work guide should display only through the group of users, not for everyone, right? So this way I'll check, do I have a work guide? So it says that you have no assigned work items. That's quite interesting because I'm not part of any case creation group. So because of this reason, I'm not finding myself have a work guide. So let me add a users again. Again the same headache. Let me quickly do it. I'll say that delete element. I got my assign. Okay, my bad. I should be doing this the other way around. Public groups. Edit. Delete. Find. And I'll assign to a user set. Now I'll go back and refresh. Now I should be seeing my work group because I'm a group member for a case creation. Let's see, like, am I able to see my this one? Yep, I can see it now. Let me finish the screen flow. I'll say that Lakshmi Deepak and good thing. And I'll say next and next. Case type I'll say other, case origin I'll say that phone, case subject, sample test on, flow, orchestra, case detail. This is my first work guide. Case creation. Next. Oh, my case number is created. And it might not be linked to an account. The reason behind this is a standard flow. Your work item is complete, you have no longer assigned to work, got it? So it means that there is no work more pending because the step which I need to assign, I created. So this is quite interesting, but there are different things that I need to explore again, like when I'm creating a step, there is a different option called background step, interactive step. The currently we are doing is interactive step. If I want to do as a background step, what it is selecting your flow to run when the step starts. So it's more on like a auto launch flow that I need to create. Here, like if I create any auto launch flow and then I can call that auto launch flow, which will be a background, not orchestra one, the standard flow. The other flows we have like auto launcher flows, the screen flow. Likewise, we can select the auto launch flow, and I hope like that will work again. Like it's my hope need to be well practiced and need to be reviewed with the possible scenarios. That helps. Like I hope like this practice helps me and you very good, and we can continue doing these type of sessions as soon as I practice. I'll just come online and I'll do broadcast myself with all the practices. If you are interested, you can always drop me a comments, and meanwhile I can look back to your comments and we can discuss parallelly, right? So thank you so much if you are watching. If you are not, please do watch again and subscribe to Pro Coding Skills.